House Speaker Nancy Pelosi may have gone too far when she ripped up President Donald Trump's State of the Union speech after he was done giving it on Tuesday, even for Democrats. According to the Daily Wire, a prominent congressman and a Democratic law professor have come forward and are now demanding Pelosi step down as Speaker for her behavior. Representative Lee Zeldin apparently was taken aback by Pelosi's post-speech move and wrote, "Nancy Pelosi should step down as Speaker. I'm confident that the American public will be directly sending her that message themselves later this year if she doesn't read the tea leaves herself and resign on her own terms today." The Daily Wire also noted that George Washington University law professor Jonathan Turley joined Zeldin by noting that in all his years, he had never seen such open contempt for a member of the opposite party and that Pelosi had crossed a line, even going so far as to call her a troll. Turley wrote about the first time that he walked onto the floor of the House of Representatives 44 years ago, saying, "The country was deeply divided, but both parties maintained the tradition of civility and decorum. I was struck how members, even in the heat of furious debates, would not attack each other by name and followed rigid principles of decorum. They understood that they were the custodians of this institution and bore a duty to strengthen and pass along those traditions to the next generation." Turley continued, "At that moment, she represents the House as an institution, both Republicans and Democrats. Instead, she decided to become little more than a partisan troll from an elevated position." The protests of the Democratic members also reached a new low for the House. Pelosi did not gavel out the protest. She seemed to join it. It was the tradition of the House that a speaker must remain in stone-faced neutrality no matter what comes off that podium. The tradition ended last night with one of the more shameful and inglorious moments of the House in its history. Turley concluded that, rather than wait until she left the floor, she decided to demonstrate against the president as part of the State of the Union and from the Speaker's chair. That made it a statement not of Pelosi but of the House. For those of us who truly love the House as an institution, it was one of the lowest moments to unfold on the floor. That is why I argue in The Hill that, if Pelosi does not apologize and agree to honor the principle of neutrality and civility at the State of the Union, she should resign as Speaker. If you were to look at Pelosi's move, it could definitely be described as trollish. As Vice President Mike Pence said, Pelosi took a speech about America and tried to make it about her. She succeeded, but not in the way that she hoped. It would appear that Democrats everywhere aren't pleased with her behavior.